Welcome back, unless you're seeing me for the first time, in which case, welcome to my channel. I do recaps after every single Atlanta Dream game. Am I the best person for it? Probably not, but no one else is doing it, at least not that I know of anyway. If there are, please tell me about it. I would love to check it out. But until then, I hope you enjoy this and I hope you stick around. Dream lose 85-66 to the Washington Mystics, so let's talk about the game. Now, before the game, some Dream fans have been speculating on the possibility of a trade with the Phoenix Mercury for Skylar Diggins-Smith, who they're trying to move now. I doubt she'd be brought into Atlanta, and I don't really know what we'd have to give up, but we shall see. Nia Coffey is still out with a knee injury, but she's the only listing on the injury report. Ryan Howard is the Rookie of the Month for the second straight month, because of course she is. Now, Washington has been really beating the crap out of the Dream so far this season, so the Dream have a lot to prove, especially with their renewed energy over the course of the last couple of games, and of course Tiffany Hayes. This is the healthiest that the Atlanta Dream have been against the Washington Mystics so far this season. Now, early on, Erica Wheeler is trying her damnedest to outmaneuver Washington's defense, and she's doing a pretty damn good job of it. It's not an easy job for anybody, but Wheeler is really outworking them. She's not able to score, but she's definitely making some space and feeding the open teammates. She's responsible for a lot of Ryan Howard's production early on. She has a few baskets inside the first 5 minutes. Atlanta got an 8-0 run out of it. And as is tradition, when the Dream go on a hot streak, they go cold, and they go cold fast. Their 12-4 lead gets erased in 2 minutes, and now we have a tie game. Washington gets an 8-0 run of their own. Aari McDonald takes this opportunity to say, "This is my moment." She intercepts some paths and breathes some life back into the Dream's offense. With 2:15 left in the first, Howard gets a personal foul for the second time. She's taken to the bench for A.D. Durr, who proceeds to reward the team by scoring a 2 immediately. The first quarter ends in a tie, 20-20. All 5 bench players for the Dream have 2 points, and of the starters, Howard, Wheeler, and Billings are combining for the rest of the points. Ryan leads with 6. The Dream have very few turnovers at this point, not as many as the Mystics, but they're still giving up 6 points off of them. Second quarter, Aari McDonald gets fouled and sinks both free throws. Atlanta is flawless at the line so far. Christy Wallace went 2 for 2 in the first quarter. Hayes comes back to life. She scores twice and draws a foul on the second one. Of course, she gets the free throw. Ariel Atkins gets her third foul 2.5 minutes into the second, so to the bench she goes. Aari McDonald gets 1 of the 2 free throws. During this offensive sequence, the Dream are cycling the ball, trying to find space, and Naz Hillman gets it, but she instead opts to pass it instead of making the wide open shot. Not sure what that was all about. Washington starts separating themselves from Atlanta later on in the quarter, eventually taking the lead on a 3-pointer from Alina Deladon, part of a 10-2 run. It's 41-36 at the half. Washington leads. Atlanta is shooting only 25% from the floor that quarter. Now, Aari responds to that in the third quarter by getting 2 points immediately to start the third. With free throws by Aari and Parker and Wheeler's work on the floor, the Dream gets within 2, but Washington doesn't let them get any closer than that. They keep getting fouled, but they put the gap back to 5. And Alina Deladon is just going off. She's scoring at will, and much like Erica Wheeler at the beginning of the game, she's outmaneuvering everyone. Hey, the Washington Capitals have Alex Ovechkin, the Washington Mystics have Alina Deladon. But the Dream aren't backing down. Monique Billings makes a key steal, Kia Vaughn is making the most of her minutes, and now the Dream only trail by 1. No Dream player is at double-digit points yet, but 5 players do have 6 or more points. They get to within 1 point again, but the Mystics are just 1 step ahead. They lead after 3, 58-54. That quarter, Atlanta was outscored 27-12. Now, Atlanta gets some good looks to start the fourth, but Washington is starting to answer back and then some. They're really running away with it, eventually leading by 11. Erica Wheeler finally scores. It feels like it's been forever and a quarter since their last basket. Nothing has been getting through to this point. Washington's speed is becoming very apparent, either that or Atlanta's reaction time. Probably a little bit of both. Billings gets fouled hard and hits the floor, and it took her a little while to get back up, but she made it to the free throw line and under her own power. She brings the Dream to 14-17 at the free throw line, so at least they're good somewhere. Atlanta has had only 2 games in team history where they didn't hit a 3-pointer with 10 or more attempts. The last time was July 1st, 2014. All 3 of those games were losses. They really need them to start falling now to have a chance to win. But it didn't happen. The game's over, 85-66. Atlanta is still winless over Washington going back to last season. Howard, Hayes, Billings, and Parker all had 10 points. All but 2 players had more than 2. So I definitely appreciate the full team effort. It just wasn't going to happen against one of the top defenses in the league. This Sunday is the All-Star Game featuring Ryan Howard, Atlanta's second rookie ever to be named to the game. Hey, maybe she could be the second rookie to take home the MVP. Crazier things have happened, right? And then on Tuesday, the Dream traveled to Chicago to take on the defending champion Chicago Sky, who are still looking like champions. I'll see you then.